We are looking now at a map of just how it was that J. Edgar Thompson, the chief engineer of the Pennsylvania Railroad, got his railroad into Pittsburgh. This is Chestnut Ridge, the Conemaugh Water Gap. This the red line, is the railroad, the way Thompson engineered it. You see it following the water courses down here to Greensburg, out here over Barclay Summit, and you see it coming along and following Brush Creek. It follows Brush Creek in past Irwin, all the way into Turtle Creek, and then on into Pittsburgh. The blue line here, these represent the water courses. The green line is the old turnpike. The old turnpike that went from Philadelphia into Pittsburgh. Where Irwin was situated, actually the house of John Irwin was situated right on that pike. And he ran an inn on the pike. And he had a stagecoach line that went from Stewartsville out to Youngstown, among other things. In 1853, once the railroad had come through, John Irwin hired a surveyor to lay out a town. This line here is Brush Creek going through. And right beside it you see the railroad, the new Pennsylvania Railroad. In 1853, only about a year old. In 1860, we see the town, what it looked like. This is from up on North Irwin, looking south. Usually when I do these things, if I can, I get in touch with somebody local to give me some input, because these things are always learning experiences for me. I don't know all this stuff. I have to learn it. This time Bob Arth is helping me with information to put together something about the history of Irwin. And I'm not trying to do an in-depth history. I'm simply doing a survey. As we look down Main Street, you can see Irwin is still partially woodland. When they first started to settle it, it was mostly an area covered by white oak trees, and you see a lot of those trees are still left. This is a hotel that John Irwin had built. It was originally run by Stewarts, and other people took it over, but near the railroad you needed a hotel. And this was a sawmill down here. There was a grist mill down here. This enterprise over here, you can see it has a gangway going over into the hillside. This was the mining operation, the original mining operation. It was called Westmoreland Coal Company. As we look at a good chunk of North Huntington Township, Irwin is right here. The railroad is coming through. And you see a lot of coal outcrop. 6-foot vein of coal basin. The closer you look, the more coal you see. And previous to the railroad, John Irwin did sell coal that was on his land to his neighbors. But once the railroad came through, he had a much better market for his coal. And a company was formed, Westmoreland Coal and others, Penn Gas Coal. This just shows the main line going through. Irwin right down here. This railroad up here was for the sole purpose of accessing the coal mines. Up along here were a number of coal mines owned by Westmoreland Coal. This gives us an impression of how Irwin developed by 1867. This is the stream, Brush Creek, going by. This is what the town looked like in 1867. Out here was still being populated. This out here was John Irwin's house. That's where he lived, and he had a inn out there and various things operated out of there. This is 1901. Excuse me, that's 1897. That's a confusion with another of these Fowler maps. This is Main Street in Irwin. Here we can see John Irwin's house, his nice brick house, which is still there today and was there since when he had it built in 1836. I think we've done enough now. We're going to shut down until the next time. Bye now.